Hey everybody, sorry, had a little technical difficulty there, but yeah, so I wanted to come in and talk with everybody while I get ready today. It's almost time to go pick Leo up from preschool. This was his first day. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I'm just gonna put my primer on real quick. But yeah, so first day of preschool for Leo. Oh, he's such a big boy. And he was crazy excited. Like, oh my goodness, so excited. Hi, Brittany, Holly, Mindy. Hey. So yeah, kind of a big deal for me to have him going to preschool. One second. Watch out, Jinx. We're always right under my feet. This dog, let me tell you, he is under my feet constantly, no matter where I go. He is there. Hi, Melissa. All right, so today I'm going to do a whole different technique. I've never done this before. I hear it's super quick, so we're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna mix together my BB Complexion Enhancer, which is a BB cream. It's foundation and moisturizer together. And I'm also going to mix in some of my Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. This is a shade darker. If you've been watching me a lot, you know I've been doing this over the summer because my skin is a little darker than normal. So the BB cream is in the shade Cream. And I'm going to put some of that on the back of my hand. Let's see. Like, there we go. Okay, so that's the lightest shade of BB cream. And I'm mixing in a little bit of my concealer in Velour, which is a shade darker. And it will give me a little more coverage because BB cream is super, super light coverage. Just a little bit. It evens out your skin. This will give me actual coverage as well. So, yeah. So I'm going to also use my Beauty Blender. Already moistened it. It's moist. I know how much some of you love that word. It's moist. Yeah. Hi, Joelle. Hi, Lee. Hi, Laura. So I have them on the back of my hand, and what I'm going to do is take the end of one of my brushes and kind of mix this together. Do I have one? Do I own brushes? Yes, I do. So I'm just going to take them. Can you see? Whoop. And I'm just going to mix them together right here on my hand a little bit. It doesn't have to be 100%. I just want them mostly mixed together, just so I don't end up with a heavier coverage in one spot and a thicker or a thinner coverage in another, because I think the colors will blend just fine. And see, I just made a little mess on my hand. I'm going to take my brush, all of that, because you don't want to waste none of your makeup, you know. I'm going to dip into my hand, and then I'm going to dip onto my face, and you're stippling the foundation on. You don't want to wipe. If you have dry skin like I do, you do not want to do circles. You want this to touch your face the least amount possible. Like, you don't want to leave marks, okay? And this kind of presses it onto your face as opposed to rubbing it all over. And I'm going to do the other side. Well, I'll do my nose and my forehead. That's a lot for my forehead. We're already there, so I guess we just go with it. And I'm just going to do this all the way around. And yes, it takes a minute. This is why I generally do my foundation with my foundation brush. I do my liquid foundation because, honest to goodness, it's faster for me to take my brush and do circles than it is to stipple this all over my face. But that's kind of the name of the game with this. I'm going to turn it sideways. And I still want to go all the way to the jawline. I want to go into the hairline a little bit, because regardless of what kind of foundation or how you put it on, nobody wants foundation lines all over their face. And especially don't want them on the edge of your face. Like, we've all seen that girl. That's the lady that always took your money at school pictures. She had the nails that were like rolled up over her hand. You were scared. It's that lady. You don't want to be her. She's a beautiful lady. She's super nice. But her makeup could use an update, y'all. So I'm thinking, that's good. It's hard to see in my iPad. I know I tell you guys this all the time, and I always forget my mirror. Oh yeah, that looks good. Nice, right? All right, so I'm done with that for now. I may need my beauty blender again later. I like the brush better, Mindy, because it's faster. Oh, Lee, have a safe trip. So I like the brush better because it's faster, because it applies the makeup. For me, I don't think it's any less efficient. I just think it's faster. Like, that takes a few minutes for me to get it all evened out. And especially when you're brand new to a beauty blender, that can take several minutes to actually get used to. Because you have to move the product around. So I hope that that makes sense. The brush is really easy because you can, it's not that you can see brush lines, but you can clearly see where you're working. The beauty blender is a little more difficult. It's a little more subtle because I use a thinner coverage also with it. I've never done my liquid foundation with the beauty blender exclusively. I've always had the liquid foundation brush. So I don't know. Yeah, I like faster too. That's my thing. I want it to be super fast. I got stuff to do. Speaking of which, I got to keep an eye on my clock here because of picking up Mr. Leo. So anyhow, that's it for my foundation. You can see the coverage. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good coverage. Of course, you can go over with the concealer. You can either match your concealer or go a shade lighter, and you can highlight. You can do all those things over BB cream. It is foundation. It has a more dewy finish than the liquid foundation because it dries to a matte. So the finish is a little more dewy with this, a little more, I don't want to say fresh, but it's dewy. It's moisture. There we go again with that word, moist. Okay, so my plan for today is I'm going to put on a little bit of bronzer. Shannon, yeah, I do makeup really fast some days, and some days I do it really slow. It just depends on what I'm doing. And I find my foundation brush helps me to get done faster just because I think it's a faster tool. But each person has their own preference. I know people that can use the beauty blenders and they're out the door faster than I am. They're just like, and they're done. I don't know how they do it because I can't. And this is still just bronzer. I'm just kind of slapping it on. I just want to look better for the pictures this afternoon, picking Leo up than I did the ones this morning, dropping him off. Well, not this morning. He goes half a day in the afternoon. I'm going to use my blush. Tap, tap. I start at the back to the apple. Tap, tap. And I blow it off. And that's just to get extra product off. This is really pigmented. You do not need much blush at all. And I like going up here a little bit too. Totally forgot down here with the bronzer. So there's probably still a little bit on here. Just because I like to contour a little bit. You know, the older we get, the more this does its own thing. Hi, Ty. Shannon, I do sweat after I put my makeup on, but you know, this does not run. That's probably the number one reason I have for making sure I have primer on. It helps set your makeup in place and help keep it there. All makeup really will run if you're sweating hard enough, but just for regular everyday, like it's 90 degrees kind of moist face, then my makeup holds up all day long. I did some pictures yesterday after I wore it like 7 or 8 hours, and we went to Sam's Club and had 2 kids with us. It was like 90 degrees. Loaded and unloaded everything from Sam's Club because, you know, you can't go there and not have a serious haul. And my makeup was all still in place. I very rarely have had an instance where my makeup was like running because of heat. And I have to say that the eyeliner holds up exceptionally well. If it's super, super hot, I won't put foundation on. I always moisturize because I have super dry skin. And you should be using an SPF when you're out in the sun. The mineral foundation does not have an SPF rating, but today I am actually wearing my new Divine Daily Moisture that has SPF. It has SPF 20, my moisturizer today, and it's super nice. Like, it doesn't stink like SPF. It's really nice. I like it. All right. I hope that answers your question, Shannon. Next, I am going to put on some cream shadow. I've been doing a lot of the Splurge cream shadow lately. I've really been enjoying using it and playing with it. It's a super fast product. Make sure my brush is clean. It's super fast. Like, you get an entire look from one product. You can, because they are sparkly. Until this month, there's a new one that is matte. All of them are sparkly. So when you move in the sunlight, it creates shadow and light. It creates contour. So you don't have to use multiple colors. It's nice when you do, but you don't have to. And I'm just taking my cream shadow brush. It's marked cream shadow brush. And I'm dipping in on one side, leaving the other side mostly clean. And I'm just going to tap this on. And kind of just see how I'm packing it onto my lid, not swiping, just tapping it, patting it onto the lid, all the way down to the lashes. Okay? I'm going to do the same with the other eye. And I'm not real worried about cleaning that crease up yet. I am going to cut a line right here. I hope this is going on well because I, honest to goodness, can barely see in this iPad. The light from behind is reflecting on it and I can barely see what is going on here. I'm going to clean up these corners. Just use your finger and clean those corners up. That's all you have to do. Okay, so here's the thing. I am going to take, what kind of concealer? I am using the Skin Perfecting, Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer is what I'm using. I am going to take another little bit of the Splurge Cream Shadow and I'm going to smear it like right here. And I'm going to use the clean side to smear it out a bunch in my finger because I just want a thin layer of this up here, and I'll show you why in just a second. Other side, and I know I was real careful with the bottom. I kind of didn't have to be, so sorry about wasting our lives, but that's okay. If you're upset, you can write me a strongly worded letter. I'll give you my address. So what I'm going to do today, because I never use these ever, I'm going to use my pigments. Yeah, see? Moodstruck Moodstruck pigments. My pigments. I'm going to use them today. And I am going to use two colors that I chose because the Dreamy is what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, the Splash Dreamy. Or Splash. So excited about Splash. It's the liquid lipstick. My Splurge is in the color Dreamy, and it is. It's white, it's creamy, it's beautiful. So I'm going to use my mineral pigments. This one is matte. That's not its name, so don't call it matte. It's a matte color, and it is called Beautiful. Isn't that nice? It's beautiful. I'm going to tap it, okay, into the lid. It has a shaker top, and there's product in the lid, that little bit of product. So I'm going to dip this kind of damp cream shadow brush in, and I'm going to pick up product on one side, that little bit of product, and I'm going to go in here to the crease. And I'm just tapping the product on, loading that product up. There's my crease. I am just above that crease, loading that product on. I am not blending it yet, okay? So I'm going to go to the other side, tap a little bit of product onto one side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm packing that product. I'm flipping it because I notice I'm going below my crease a little. And I am packing that product. And pigments are exactly what you think they are. They are loose color pigments. So you can use these as eyeshadow. You can use these as highlighter. You can use these on your lips. You can use them in all sorts of places. But the best way to get control is by using something damp, some medium, whether that be water, whether that is rose water, whether that is adding it to your cream shadow base. They will stay better. They will be easier to control. And I'm going to tap this off because it's getting a little dry. And you're going to get the color you want. Now see, I'm taking it and tapping it up just to accentuate that crease. And I'm still not blending this product, okay? I am still packing the color on because you can start light and add more, all right? I'm going to add a little more at this corner. Okay, now I'm going to put my cream shadow brush down for just a minute. I'm going to use that again. I'm going to get a nice clean blending brush. I want a nice tight one. All right. This is a tight little, see the tightness here? Okay. Let me check my time. Okay, I'm good. All right. So I'm going to take and just do tiny circles. Tiny circles. I am not trying to get this everywhere. I still want it to be in that crease. I'm going to windshield wiper it a little bit, lightly. See how lightly I'm touching? Lightly. And we're just getting rid of harshness. That's what we're doing right now. Okay? I'm going to wipe that off, and I'm going to go to the other side. And we're just diffusing those harsh lines. We're diffusing that color some, spreading it out, blending it. Okay? We don't want harsh lines. We do not want harsh lines. So I'm going to wipe that off real quick since I'm already here. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this beautiful. I would like to darken my crease line just a little bit more. So I'm still using the cream shadow brush. Let me find the dirty side. It's hard to find. Okay, this is my dirty side. I'm dipping, tapping, tap. That's to get rid of the excess product. And I'm going to put the product right in that crease. Just to add a little more depth. I want a little more color. All right? And while we're here, I'm going to take some of that right on the tip. I have it mostly packed on the tip, and I'm going to go underneath. And I'm going to join. See where I'm going? Okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Product up towards that lash line. Working into the lash line and smudging as we go. Okay? Now, I'm going to blend this again. Hi, Sue. Hi, Michelle. I'm just going to blend again right here. Just a little. I don't want to diffuse all that color out, but I want that crease to be blended a little. I don't want a super dark crease. Okay, so what else will we do today? I'm going to put the cap on. See, when you close it, the pigment goes back in the container. Pretty nifty, right? Now, I'm going to use, this is a sparkle pigment. And this one is called Sexy. It is lovely. It catches light really well. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use, let's find my brush. Let's find my brush. I'm going to use this little tiny line brush. Okay, see how small that is? Kind of pointy. All right, and it's got really tight bristles. Okay, I'm going to dip right here on the top of the shaker. I'm going to go right here on my brow. From the arch out to the end. Just for a highlight. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to blend it. All right? Now, I'm going to take a tiny bit of this and go right here. Just on that inner corner, just to add a highlight to the inner corner. See how much brighter it looks here than here? It's just that little tiny dot of shiny, of brightness, that brightens up the whole eye. Now, if you don't have all these tiny brushes, that's fine. You don't need them. You have fingers, you have Q-tips, you have the end of your brush. Let's see if we can do that. I'll show you. Tap a little bit into the lid, end of my brush. See, there we are on the end of my brush. So there you go. Your kids' art supply, I would not suggest tapping that one off. There we go. Getting your kids' little art supply box. Grab you a paintbrush and use the end. There you go. That's how hard that is. All right? And for this highlight, you can just dip your finger. And psh, psh, beautiful, perfect, ready to roll. All right? Ugh, I gotta get this lid on straight. Okay, so I'm gonna use my lining brush again, and I'm gonna use another pigment. This one is called Enamored, and see how it's like a brownie, dark brown green kind of color? I'm gonna use this as my eyeliner today. I'm gonna tap some off into the lid. This is very, very fine. See how fine that is? I'm gonna use this. And I'm going to go right across this lash line. like right in the lash line, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. I'm gonna hold this because it's easier. I'm just gonna blend it right into that lash line. Now I'm gonna take that same color and I'm going to tightly blend that into the base lash line as well. Just about halfway over. Because I want to concentrate the darkest part on the outside. Okay? Sorry, it's hard to talk when you're lining your eyes. Which I'm sure many of you can relate to if you have little kids. Like, yeah. So that's it. That's all I'm doing with that color enamored. I just wanted to use it because I haven't used it. All right, now I'm going to take my blending brush. This is a little tight one. And I'm gonna go right underneath and just smoke that up a little bit in that corner and smoke it up. Hit that outer edge there too. Okay. Then I'm gonna take my pencil eyeliner. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take my liquid. Oop. I just threw a brush somewhere and I can't see it. Okay, I'm going to use my liquid eyeliner. This is it. Perfect. It's black. And I'm going to do a real thin line at the lashes. Just going in with little tiny touches. Okay. And I'm going to take my black pencil and get my lower waterline. Alrighty then. And now it's time for mascara. Didn't bring any lip product with me. I'll probably just use my Bon Bon today because I'm loving how that feels. So gel. Allergy. Alright, gel. Roots to tips. Hold the head back. Fiber. Roll it on my hand. Other eye. Roll the fiber. Done with fibers. Back to gel on the first eye, and this seals it in. This Keeps your fibers from falling out and falling off and getting all over your face, because nobody wants that. Nobody's got time for that. And the other one. And the bottom. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to use a clean, fluffy brush and make sure that I don't have any fallout all over my face. I'm just gonna take it here. And I'm just gonna mist my face with some mist and set. Take my glasses off for that. I do set my face often. I don't have any rose water. It's an excellent setting spray. I usually take my buffer or my beauty blender and press in a little over my skin, especially with BB cream. I find this helps set it just a little better for my day. That's it. That's it, guys. Oh, do I have bonbon in my pocket? I do not have a bonbon in my pocket, but I will take a picture when I get my bonbon on. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys will check out the pictures of Leo getting picked up from school. Super excited. He is a baby panther. So, thank you so much for joining me. I want you all to stay wild and stay beautiful, and I will see you soon. Bye.